Well, hello, YouTubers, all my friends. How are you doing? Well, hopefully you're doing wonderful. Well, today I want to show you what's going on with my Neon, and this happens to a lot of other vehicles, especially if you have these tail lights bolted down like this. Every time we get a hard rain, if you have a spare tire that sits down here in the bottom with a cover that goes over it, and on one occasion, maybe or two occasions, you decide to check the air, or maybe just want to get something that's fallen down there, and you pull the tire up and you see all this moisture and you see water in here and everything. Well, I'm going to show you how to fix it, and it's a pretty simple fix. Now, a lot of people don't know where this water's coming from. They think it's leaking up here around the window. They think the seal's leaking and everything, and they're running out of ideas, and they look in the channels. They don't see anything kind of backed up or any debris or anything, so they're not really sure where that water is running from. Well, I'm going to show you where it's coming from. It's a pretty easy fix. This has happened to me in the past, especially with these Neons. Even if you have some Dodge Omnis or any car that has a hatchback with a tail light that sits like this on the back of it, you have a rubber seal in here. Now, I've gone ahead and taken out a couple of bolts. There's different types of nuts and bolts that hold these in depending on what your vehicle's like. And you got a couple of lights you got to kind of pop out. And once you get this out, you just kind of pull this tail light out. And what happens here is we have a seal back here, and this seal doesn't seal no more. And what happens, the water runs down this channel and gets to the top of this seal, and you can see right there where the water's been getting in there and everything, all this dirt. Water comes down here and leaks in here, then eventually runs down here on the bottom of the floor panel here, bottom of the trunk, and you can see it's rusting a little bit, and it drains down to the low point right where your spare tire is. I've seen some cases where I've opened trunks and it's like a lake in here. It's completely full after a monsoon. So show you how to fix it. It's pretty easy. First thing you got to do is make sure you get all this old dust and stuff off. Get you a cloth and some alcohol or something and clean this up really good. And you can use about any kind of glue you want. Silicone, black, RTV. I've got some stuff inside I'm going to use. It's clear stuff. But what you got to do here with the seal is you got to clean all this dirt off the seal. And this is the side we got to reseal with some glue. Now, while you're doing that, you just kind of turn your tail light up and pull this back a little bit and make sure that this is still sealed from the factory, because you don't want to do this halfway and find out you still got a leak. And I've checked my seal all the way around, and it is sealing really good still. And you can see all the dirt and stuff still in there. So check your seal all the way around. Now at this point, really all we got to do is go ahead and apply the glue on here and put this back in here. So let me go ahead and clean this up real quick, and we'll put the glue on it. And I'm going to go ahead and take the other side out, and we'll do the same thing there. But what I'll do, I'll go ahead and glue this, put this all back together. Then we'll go over here, and I'll give you a look at the glue as we bolt this back together. And I'll try to keep my video a little short today, since I am shooting this on a cell phone. Now, I used a half-inch deep well, and like I said, a lot of the bolts on vehicles are different. Some use nuts, some use screws, some will use clips. And this is basically where that water comes from. Now, this stumped me for years. 10, 15 years ago when I was buying little cars, I couldn't figure out where the water was coming from until about 2 or 3 years ago. Then I kind of figured it out. And I figured, well, I might as well just show you guys, since I got a cloth down here catching the water and everything. It's kind of still wet. You can see it's still a lot of water on it. So we'll go ahead and glue this one in, and we'll put the other one in, and I'll give you a look at it, and hopefully this will help you out. All right, now I got this side glued, and it's all bolted back in and everything, and you might be able to see the glue there a little bit up on the top there, but it's all bolted in. Now, I went on ahead and taken out the nuts out of here, and get this one out of here. And you can see all the stuff there where the water runs down on the tail light, and you can see right there is a perfect example where the water's been coming in on that seal. See that right there? Yep. So this is where a lot of my water's been coming in, especially on this side. And like I said, just verify that the seal on this side isn't torn or broken or anything. Now this one is right here. See, this is a part right here, so I'll have to put a little sealant around there. It's always good to check that right there. And let's see, the top of it's very important, and it looks pretty good. So that looks good. So we'll go ahead and clean this up a little bit. We'll go ahead and put some sealant on there. Now what I'm using is something called 527. I don't know, never heard of this stuff. Why didn't they call it 526 or 525? I don't know. But it's a clear sealant, water resistant, bonds just about to anything, and it dries fairly fast, so I have to be kind of quick about it. And you can use the same thing too if you want, or you can use anything that's water resistant that's sort of a gasket type material. So let me go ahead and we'll glue this and put it in. All right, here we go, and I got my glue on there, and we have to put this on there pretty fast because it dries fast. And make sure you get it all the way around the bottom, and I got it on that side here that was torn a little bit right there. Now we'll go ahead and stick it on there, and I've got this all cleaned up there, nice and clean. Now we'll go ahead and slide this back in here. I'll do this with one hand and hold the camera on the other. Getting pretty good at it. There we go, it's in. And now we'll just simply tighten down our bolts, put some plastic bolts there, whatever you want to call them, kind of, whoops, some plastic, we'll put our plastic bolts on there, nuts, there we go, one, and tighten that up, and that should take care of our issue. So they should make a difference. And I got my brand new speakers in there, 500 watt speakers, and they sound really good, and I want to keep this trunk as dry as I can. And as you look, it looks like it's brand new still. It's in really good shape. So we'll go ahead and tighten this up, and we'll finish up here, and hopefully this will help you guys out. All right, it's all in. It's nice and tight, and I shouldn't have any more water issues. Now, if you don't want to wait for rain, you can get your gallon of water and just pour it down in here and let it run in here, and do the same thing with this side, and just pull your carpet back and look and see if it's leaking in there. I'm not going to worry about it because I know I've done this enough in the past. It's not an issue, and actually there's still, if I look, I think you can see the moisture in there. See the water right there? See it right there? So this is going to really help out. That's sometimes you get if you start smelling a mildewy, moldy smell, check your trunk, because a lot of times water will collect in there and spread that musty smell through the car, and of course it's not good for your health. Then after that, you know, like I said, just put your lights in. Good time to replace your bulbs. Check those, make sure they're working, and button it up, and enjoy a nice dry trunk. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if it helped you out, give me a thumbs up. This is my third video for today. I think I'm done. I got to work on some other projects before the rain comes. So until my next project, guys, I'll see you a little bit later. I love the sound of nature.